Hello there. Pull up a chair, won't you? Make yourself comfortable. My name is Arthur, and I wanted to chat with you today, heart to heart. Not as some expert, heaven knows, but as someone who's well, someone who's learned a few things the hard way, especially about this chapter of life, the one they politely call the golden years. You know, we spend our whole lives making choices, building a home, raising families, forging our own path. Then suddenly, or perhaps gradually, things change. Our bodies might not cooperate like they used to. Maybe we lose a spouse, or perhaps our children, bless their hearts, start worrying about us being alone. And the conversation starts about making arrangements, about moving somewhere safer, somewhere with help on hand, a nursing home, an assisted living facility. Call it what you will, and perhaps like me, you thought, well, maybe it's for the best. Less worry for the kids, meals provided, no more leaky taps to fix, maybe even some company. It sounds logical, doesn't it? Sensible even. Deeply regret my nursing home move. Here are 6 hard truths I wish I'd known first. Now please understand me. This isn't a blanket condemnation. For some folks, in certain circumstances, a nursing home might be the only or even the best option. If someone needs round-the-clock, intensive medical care, the kind you simply can't get at home, then that's a different story entirely. My heart goes out to them and their families, but I wasn't in that situation. I could still manage mostly, maybe needed a bit of help here and there. The move was more preventative, more for peace of mind, mostly peace of mind for others, if I'm being honest. And that's where the regret began to creep in. Not immediately, mind you. At first, there was novelty, a new routine. But soon, the reality settled, and the first, perhaps the biggest, most gut-wrenching hard truth I learned is this. Here, your life isn't really yours anymore. It belongs to the clock on the wall. Breakfast is at 7:30 a.m. sharp. Whether you're hungry or not, whether you always enjoyed a leisurely coffee and the newspaper at 9 a.m. doesn't matter. Lunch is at 12 p.m. Dinner at 5 p.m. Activities, often things they choose, are slotted in between. Bingo at 2 p.m., maybe some light exercises at 10 a.m. Think about your own home, right now. Maybe you like to stay up late reading, or get up with the birds. Perhaps you enjoy puttering in the garden at odd hours, or having a friend drop by unexpectedly for coffee. You decide to skip lunch because you had a big breakfast, or have dinner watching your favorite television show. All those little choices, seemingly insignificant rhythms that make up your unique life, they vanish. Almost overnight, you become a resident, expected to fit into a predetermined mold. There's a schedule for showering, a schedule for medication rounds. Staff, often kind people just doing their jobs, might enter your room after a quick knock, regardless of whether you're resting or want privacy. Your personal space shrinks dramatically, not just physically, but psychologically. You want to hang that painting your grandchild made? It might need approval, or it might not fit the room's standard decor. Want to bring in your favorite old armchair? Often, there's no space, or it's against the rules. You lose the ability to shape your environment, the very place you're supposed to call home. It sounds like small things, doesn't it? Schedules, room decorations, but pile them up, day after day, week after week, and it becomes an erosion of self. You start to feel less like a person with a rich history and preferences, and more like, well, like a patient. Or sometimes, sadly, like a child, being told when to eat, sleep, and play. The frustration builds. It's not always about big confrontations. It's the 1,000 tiny paper cuts of lost control. It's wanting desperately to just make a piece of toast when you feel like it, not when it's toast time. It's wanting to sleep in on a Sunday morning without being woken for routine checks. This loss of autonomy, this handing over the reins of your daily existence, it was the first and perhaps the most painful shock. It chipped away at my dignity, at my sense of who I was. I went from being Arthur, the fellow who ran his own business for 40 years, who decided his own comings and goings, to being resident in room 21B, whose life is largely dictated by the facility's timetable. And that, my friends, is a heavy price to pay. A price I wasn't truly prepared for, and a price I deeply regret paying. It's something you must consider, weigh very, very carefully before making that move. Ask yourself, how much is your daily independence, those small choices, worth to you? Really think about it. That's just the first hard truth. The first layer of the onion, if you will. It goes deeper. In our next chat, I want to talk about the second hard truth. Something quite different, but just as important. The surprising reality of the social environment and the loneliness that can exist even when you're surrounded by people. It's not always the warm community picture they paint in the brochures. So please, mull this over. Think about what autonomy means in your life. And I hope you'll join me again for the next part of this conversation. Perhaps sharing these thoughts. Perhaps it can help someone else see things a little clearer than I did. Take care now.